Why do we keep doing and doing and doing? Why can't we stop? Why can't we stop picking up our phone? Why can't we stop trying to achieve something, trying to accomplish something, trying to fill the hole, trying to get into another relationship? Why do we keep moving forward in these things? Why can't we stop? What would happen if we stopped? What are we afraid of if we stop? These are such deep questions, you can't answer them in this one little spot that we're in. These are the questions of life. Ultimately, I believe that your meditation practice becomes a shift in the very purpose of your life. The purpose of your life, perhaps until you discover meditation, often is about creating yourself to be something: a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, an activist, whatever those things are. You're creating your identity of what you think you should be in the world or what you somehow want to be in this world. And you're trying to build that. Eventually, for all of us, at some point in our lives, that creation of what we are gets rattled. The cage around it, the shell around it cracks. And we don't feel safe again or anymore. And in that crack place of unsafety, there is a doorway to freedom, because it takes so much effort to hold on to and maintain the structure of what you've created yourself, what you thought you wanted to be. It's an incredible amount of effort to keep that facade on, while the whole time some part of you, the true part of you, has been sitting in the background and is ready to just step forward and be. And it takes no effort to be in that place, ultimately. But it takes a great deal of effort to strip away the parts of you that no longer serve you so that you can experience that place. And we do that by changing the purpose of our lives. We do that slowly and incrementally, to the point being where the purpose of our lives becomes discovering the blocks that we have to experiencing our true selves. And the things we do in the world, then, whether it's our work or the relationships that we're in, then the purpose of those things change as well. Not that you even have to change your work. You don't have to go become a spiritual teacher or a yoga teacher, or no. What you do is you start to realize that everything you need to make your life whole is right there with you. That everything you need to heal your life is right there with you. And that everyone you need to connect with so that you can realize your own healing is right there with you. It's everyone. And that is such a beautiful gift. And it's something that you learn as you deepen your practice. The world becomes the mirror by which you discover where you are or are not blocked to discovering the presence of love and compassion and forgiveness and healing within yourself. So the person who was once your enemy or pushed your buttons, it's not, you start to see that it's not them. It's that it's something in you that's being triggered by them. And now you have an option to let go and heal that connection, possibly between the both of you, but at least within yourself. So that now that relationship becomes a healing relationship, or the points to healing. This is the depths of the work that we do. This is what keeps me coming to my cushion, on a daily basis. It started as a relaxation. It started as trying to get out of anxiety. It started as a moment to just quiet the thoughts in my mind. It has become something so much deeper. And I offer that to all of you as a seed that's being planted, that your life is perfectly suited at this moment to helping you awaken to your truest self. So I've spoken enough. Does anyone have any questions? Because we have a lot of time here, but we should just sit a little bit too. We'll move into a little guided meditation. Okay. All right. So let's review. We're coming to a seat if you feel comfortable in a seat. If you need to lie down, that's fine. Just know that in lying down, it can sometimes create a little bit of a sleepiness, and you might fall into a sleep, and that's okay. That means you need to sleep. But if you're sitting up, perhaps lifting up from the base of the spine, lifting up from the hips. If you're able to, kind of pull the shoulders back just slightly to expose the heart, to open the heart. Your knees are, whether you're sitting or cross-legged or laying on a couch, your knees are basically at or below your hips. It's going to help protect the back. And we begin again today, right? We're finding our stable seat. Our back is straight. Shoulders are slightly back and down, but relaxed. The chin is tucked so that the head reaches, like the top of the head reaches up into the infinite. And we are beginning again. This is the gift, that is the practice of meditation. You start again, you start anew each time. And in fact, I would like to offer to you to let go of any experience that you've had with meditation to this point. Whether you've been doing it for years and years or you just started yesterday, let it go. Let it go. Let go of any experiences, any insights, let go of any expectations. Let go of the reasons why you think you do it. Let go of the reasons I offered for you to perhaps consider. Let it all go. In this moment, begin to experience yourself as a being in a place at this moment. So wherever you may be, begin to feel your breath moving in and out through the nose if it's possible for you. Otherwise, whatever combination of nose and mouth that works for you, that's how you proceed. And as the breath moves in and out, bringing your awareness, your attention to the sensations around your breath moving. So what do you notice first? I notice my tummy, low ribs beginning to move as I breathe. And I'm not yet really controlling my breath. I'm just allowing my breath as it is. I'm noticing that. And I invite you to notice it. What does it feel like for you first? Where do you notice your breath first? Pay attention to it for a little bit. And also noticing that as you do that, are you commenting on it in your mind? There's no need to comment on it, but don't try and force stopping commenting on it if it's going on automatically. Working towards a state of pure observation. As you notice the sensation of where your breath is right now, also noticing what is the emotional feeling around it. Like, how do you feel in this moment as you begin to pay attention to your breath and your body? You're noticing, not judging. Though if you're judging, notice that you're judging. So for myself, I was feeling a little bit distracted, but now suddenly, as I pay more attention to it, feeling a little bit more spacious, lighter. It's almost a tingly feeling for me. But that's just me. It may be different for you at this moment. So you see the quality of the breath, and we notice the quality of the emotions, the sensation in the body. Do you feel, notice, do you feel particularly connected to your physical self at this moment, or do you feel distant from it? Do you feel, you know, I guess, one with yourself, or do you feel detached in some way? It's just something to notice. Tuning in, breath by breath, still not really controlling the breath. What's your relationship to yourself at this moment? Hmm. As I look at my own self, I feel a little detached right now. Partially, I think, because I'm teaching at the same time, so I'm not completely able to fall in. But at the same time, knowing that there's stuff in my life going on that makes me notice that I'm feeling a little pulled aside. So I'm just gonna honor that as I breathe. How about you? How do you feel? Also noticing, do you feel energized today, or do you feel lethargic? Do you feel calm, or do you feel agitated? Notice in the next few breaths, kind of what that state is for yourself this moment. Breathing. And finally, do you feel healthy? Do you feel unhealthy in some way in yourself? Do you feel whole, or do you feel like a part is missing? Becoming very honest with ourselves in this process, compassionately honest. How am I doing right now? In opening the doors, opening the blinds, looking in the drawers, and opening the closets, we see the truth of where we are, and then we can move towards healing. Now, with this awareness of where you are in yourself at this moment, we're going to let it kind of just sit there and watch it, kind of as if you had taken your toys or your art supplies or your feast, and just it's sitting all around you. And you're there and you just know it's there, holding dominion over all that is what you perceive yourself to be. And beginning to breathe more deliberately, Inviting you now to begin a slow, complete inhale and exhale. Again, through the nose if possible. And knowing that you've looked at everything and it's there and it will be dealt with all in good time. Now we breathe. And we begin to surrender to life at this moment. The breath is moving up the back of the spine, fully and completely, with a pause at the top, at your own pace, and a full and complete exhale down the front of the spine, all the way down to the root, to the base where you're sitting. Again and again, I want you to feel completely, as best you can, the full inhale, tracing it with your mind up the spine, all the way to the top of your head before it turns and comes back down, feeling your complete exhale. And we're going to learn to stay with this. No matter what feels like it's got to be taken care of, no matter what feels like it's calling you, whatever is pulling at you, this is where we give ourselves the gift of learning to stay, showing up again and again in a beautiful way. As your breath begins to take its rhythm, finding perhaps that becomes even inhale and exhale lengths, that the lengths of those breaths in and out become roughly even. You might even drag the breath slightly by constricting the throat or the back of the nasal passage just slightly, so that it makes an oceany sound in your ears. And take some breaths in this place, continuing. We've looked at our world, we've acknowledged, we're setting it down for a moment, and we're inviting ourselves to return to ourselves. The breath is moving, and with each inhale, I'm inviting you to pull back slightly, almost as if you're stepping back from the body into the emptiness. And on your exhales, inviting you to sink deeper, more relaxed, more surrendered to this moment. Continuing with that feeling, inhaling back, exhaling down. And those inhales, as you go back, you're also gathering. It's like life energy, force, life itself gathers unto you. Pure awareness. As you exhale, you let it go, relaxing into yourself. Surrendering to what is in this moment. Noticing your hands. Are they grasping? Are they clenching? I invite you to turn them up and open them, or to cup them open in your lap, or just leave them open at your side if you're laying down. In a gesture of receiving, gently open the hands. It's like saying, show me what I am, that I may come home to myself, that I may learn to love myself again. Because love is what you are. And somewhere along the way, we've learned that love is the last thing we want to be. And that's a deep tragedy. But one, thankfully, we can fix. Breathing. Beautiful inhales and up the spine, like a beautiful cycle that comes down as you exhale down the front of the spine, inhaling all the way up the back of the spine, your own pace, your own beautiful awareness, up and down, like a track. Again, pulling back, observing the world that you've laid at your feet, your world, the things that need to be done, the things that need to be, the relationships, the people, the job, the desires, all here, ready for you when you're ready to return. But for this moment, know that they'll be dealt with in good time. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes of silence in this place, setting my timer for you. 2 minutes to breathe here before we continue. And now we're going to move into a cycle of repetition, minute cycles for 5 minutes. I'm inviting you now, take a complete, full, deep inhale and exhale, shift in your seat, whatever you need to do, adjust, and then come back and start again as if you were just beginning your practice. Gather yourself back, take your breath, and begin breathing now for a minute. I'm here, present, and beginning again. Good. Noticing. Did you get lost in thought? Did you get pulled away? Are you calm? Take a full, complete breath and begin again, however you need to, and start again for 1 minute. Good. Resetting again. Noticing what is the state of your mind at this moment? Have you been pulled away? Are you wondering when the time is going to end? Are you wondering when Joe's going to talk again? Notice these things. Become curious, almost comically curious, open heartedly curious. Take another breath, reset again, and take 2 minutes now. Noticing, watching, releasing, and restarting at any point in the middle of those 2 minutes that you need to. Good. Yes, letting go of the exercise. And as you come out of the exercise, and you're still keeping your eyes closed for a moment, but as you let go of that piece of the exercise, just noticing, how do you feel? Again, how am I doing right now? More important, even than meditation, is an ability to keep checking in with yourself, moment by moment. How am I doing right now? And being willing to answer that question very honestly, and then not judging yourself for the answer, and then taking your next step, or 5 or 10, reclaiming dominion over a mind that has started running in so many directions, a mind that judges, a mind that attacks, a mind that loves, a mind that wonders, a mind that dreams, a mind that gets confused. Somewhere there is a point of stillness that is from which everything arises and from which you can always watch and observe. And we are learning through these sometimes awkward exercises just to taste it again. And then getting a taste of it, maybe we learn that we want it more than anything else we've wanted and for ourselves. And because we know it feels like home, and home is what we all want. I'm going to invite you to let go of the meditation, perhaps, you know, pressing into your thighs or rubbing your hands together, and we have some time to chat. But I invite you to then slowly sip the light with your eyes. You need to open your eyes. Coming to our, our group today on a Monday, our third Monday in the year 2021, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a beautiful time to talk about love and peace and forgiveness. and action. So many things. So many things to start to look more and more at what keeps us apart from each other instead of what brings us together.